So good afternoon, everyone. Professors and teachers join in the presentation today. You are with us, the last group number 10. Before we start, let me introduce myself and my co-workers. I'm Irene Asawakawinan from Cornell Vidya School, Songkhla.
I'm Sarinthi Prokhamjan from Sawantanan Vidya School, Sukhothai.
I'm teacher Jilasak Wongkaijak from Kunkai Vidya Home School. Thank you.
Okay, before we start, let me tell you the lesson topic today. We're gonna teach the student about hobby and interest with present simple tense. The students are studying in Matayom 3 or grade 9, and we have some kind of learning objective here. We expect our students to speak and write to describe themselves, experiences, matters, various issues of interest to the society. And we also have 4 learning outcomes that we have our students to achieve. First, the student can define vocabulary about hobbies and interests. Secondly, the students are able to indicate and explain present simple tense. Next one, the student can express feeling about hobbies and interests. And the last one, the student can write and share hobbies and interests by using present simple tense. So before we move to the presentation part, I have the question for all of you teachers. Please grab your smartphone or your laptop or your iPad. And I already sent you the link in the chat box. It's a ClassPoint application link. Please open the link and enter your name and enter your code 60681. Okay. Wait a minute, please. Okay, the question is what teaching tools or teaching materials you have ever used to teach present simple tense in your classroom? Can you tell us, can you share with us that what teaching tools or teaching materials have you ever used to teach present simple tense in your classroom? I will give you only 2 minutes and I will wait for the answer from everyone. Can everyone enter the link? Is there any problem? Okay, I got some of answers here in my laptop. Now 1 minute left. Oh, a lot of answers, a lot of teaching tools, interesting here. Wow. — 30 seconds, sorry. Now, 10 seconds left. Okay, thank you everyone for your participation. Now time's up. So let's see the result here. Can you see my screen? Okay, so there are various teaching tools that our teacher give us the answers, and the biggest word here mean the most repeated answers. So it's interesting and it's expectable that most of the teacher here use PowerPoint the most to teach present simple tense. It's very easy one, the easiest one and the most effective one, I think. But teachers, how can you make sure that using the PowerPoint can make the student create some kind of production that reflect they use real English to communicate in the real situation. So let's figure it out together today. The next presenter will show you about the example of SAMA model lesson plan. You may find it interesting and applicable to your classroom. So welcome, teacher Jarintip.
Thank you, Teacher Eileen. As you can see from the tool that most teachers use is PowerPoint presentation. When we talk about PowerPoint presentation, we tend to think that it is a basic tool that is only in the substitution stage. Our group believes that we can help our students to reach the highest level of SMR model redefinition, starting by using a simple tool PowerPoint presentation. So our group would like to focus on this stage. Let's start it. Firstly, our learning outcome, we want our students to be able to define vocabulary about hobbies and interests. So we use PowerPoint to teach them and let them practice with matching games in word wall. This activity can help boost the memory and concentration of students to make sure they've learned our target language. Secondly, we want them to indicate and explain the present simple tense. So we start by presenting the structure of present simple, then let them practice making sentences in live worksheet. Thirdly, we want our students to be able to express the feeling about hobbies and interests. So we let them watch a video on YouTube. After watching the video, the teacher divides students into a group of 4 to practice. To make our students to be able to communicate and make conversation run smoothly, we let them practice using the target language in all forms. They learn how to ask questions, answer both positive sentences or negative sentences, so that they can communicate confidently. Then we ask them to write a script to interview teachers in school or other people inside or outside school who they can communicate in English. In this process, a teacher should have a role as a facilitator, make sure that students work as a team and help when they have some problems. Finally, our learning outcome is students are able to write and share hobbies and interests by using present simple tense. So we let students interview teachers in school or outside school or other people that they are interested. I'll ask them to make a 5-minute video presentation with Flipgrid and share the videos with others in school. We recommend using Flipgrid because it is a safe platform created by Microsoft Teams, which is available for use in education field. It allows students to either record and submit a video directly to the topic that teachers set up or to their profile. Also, we can simply share the link with people who want to join the activities. Others can leave comments. Both positive and negative comments are very helpful because it helps motivate students to perform better. However, the teacher needs to make sure that the comment is a constructive one. And the final activity we are doing is students are challenged to have the popular vote. Why we do this? We want to increase students' motivation in working. Reward and recognition play an important role in it. The teacher might offer a present to the group that win the popular vote. We believe that challenging and positive experiences can help learning become unforgettable. It can also enhance attitude toward learning, which lead to lifelong learning behavior. And that's all for my part. I would like to pass the presentation to our next presenter, Teacher Dirasak. He will tell you more about how our activity reflects its learning theory.
Okay, thank you, teacher Salinti. All right, so we're gonna have a look at the learning theory. Did you see on the acronym on the green sticky note? That is, our students are gonna be, they're gonna be in FC, they're gonna be LD student, probably can be a COVID student. Okay, it's about what our student will be or can do when they follows this learning process, and that can reflect some of these learning theory itself. So let's see how our activity reflects some of these learning theory. The first one, I'm gonna talk about the behaviorism. For our group, our students have to be an FC student, right? They have to be a good follower. They can follow the instruction like matching game, make present simple sentences, work in group, or make a video. The teachers might give them a condition like, oh, I will give you 5 points if you can make present simple sentences, or I will give you 10 points if you can finish all of these activities. So you can see that it's about the behaviorism. Also, our teaching activities can help them to be confident and to be creative when they attend our activities. These behaviors are what English teachers want them to be when they are learning languages. And we will help them show their expected behavior through the activities. Okay, and next one is gonna be about the cognitivism. When they are working on their tasks or assignment, they have to think of what they have learned to complete the task. They have to apply the knowledge from what they have learned. So that means there is a process of thinking. And our teaching activities can help them learn how to learn. Our teaching activities start from a basic one to remember vocabulary and move to a complicated one to make videos on Flipkit. And this way will help them develop their thinking skill. And the third one, social constructivism. We have a group work activity, so they have to talk, to discuss with their friends. There is an interaction with each other to complete the task, and we call this collaboration. And at the same time, we have to be open-minded. They have to respect other opinion, or they can share and listen to other voices in their group. And when they have enough information, so they'll be able to initiate or start the plan to provide the excellent qualities of work. And when they finish the task, that means they have a transfer and share their knowledge, like vocabulary about hobbies or interests, present simple tense to the video in a real situation. And you can see that they totally have an interaction with each other. All of these processes can exactly call that social constructivism. And the last one is going to be about connectivism. We use some IT or internet technology to shape their thinking and change the way they learn. In our case, we're going to use Flipkit, right? They're going to make and share their video, and author can leave a comment as teacher Celine Tip explained. And the comment can be common hobbies or interests that use present simple tense. So they can learn author sentences or author opinion. In this way, they can build an online community to talk, to share, or to discuss with author in the comments. And then they can learn better in their opinion and with author. All right, from what we have presented so far, you might think that STEM-R model stands for each teacher, for teacher. There is no right or wrong which one you choose because it depends on the situation. But for me, if I have a hospitable environment or that kind of situation, I will try my best to create the best way to give the best learning experiences for my student, because learning is the process whereby the knowledge is created through the experience. And now I have one question for you. What kind of teacher are you? You gonna be a substitution teacher, or you're gonna be a redefinition teacher if you can do. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, was what we wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a
Thank
very
you.
nice, a very how can I say, impeccable ending and conclusion. You've just spoken what I have on in mind already. Everything is very well planned, very organized here for this group as well. I just have to appreciate your preparation and your efforts as well. All right, I can see a lot of rehearsals back then, backstage. Okay, on stage here, your performance was just excellent. Okay, and I really love the way that you explain the point how those learning theories can be applied and can be reflected in this classroom. You will see that follower there, confident there. Can you just move to the right a little bit there? Yeah. For example, follower, confidence, learn how to learn, development, collaboration, open-mindedness, voices, initiative, or even internet or technology application. All of these could be byproducts of learning as well, right? Because your ultimate goal is to teach them language and how to use language communicatively and meaningfully. But all of these are byproducts ใช่ไหมเป็นผลกำไรที่เราจะได้มาจาก our lesson planning with technology, right? So I think you wrap it up very perfectly for me. I don't need to say any other words, okay? That's a very nice one, and thank God that you are the last group because you ended with perfection. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have no questions. I think this is a very nice presentation, and I agree with you that when you look at SAM model, you just have to look at it as 4 different teachers, right? 4 different teachers. Teacher 1, substitution. Teacher 2, augmentation. Teacher 3, modification. Teacher 4, redefinition. All of these 4 teachers, they have the same learning objectives for their students, and they want the students to achieve the same learning outcomes, but they have different ways of teaching. They have used different technological tools, right? But at the finishing line, they have the same objectives and the same goals, right? So it just depends on you, what kind of teachers that you want to be, just like what you said. Do you want to be a substitution teacher? It's okay too. It's not wrong at all, right? For example, if that class, there is no internet connection or there is just a limited connection, right? Or if that class, you got sick and you're not feeling well, you might just, try to be just substitution teacher. But if that class, you've got, adequate technological tools, you have a very nice high-speed internet connection, and your students are very excellent students, you may want to shift yourself from substitution to redefinition teacher. It just depends. Because anyway, at the end of the day, your learning objectives and the learning outcomes can be met anyway. All right. So I think this is a very nice presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.